Nate Meliska draws the leadoff walk. We had some technical difficulties there to start things off, but we're back.
Now batting, the catcher, number 22.
St. Francis and Judson getting underway here in this elimination game. Leadoff hitter Nate Meliska for St. Francis draws the walk against Judson starter Daniel Allworth, who sports a 1.04 ERA and a 5-1 record. In this, his 7th start of the year. He's got 4 complete games, 1 shutout, and 2 saves on the year, with hitters hitting just a .189 against him. Jake Murda, the catcher for St. Francis, watches the first pitch miss wide, 1-0. After Murda, it's the second baseman Max Montgomery, the third baseman Ryan Lothan, the left fielder Dominic Albericio, the DH Dylan Scafuri, then the right fielder Christian Rosales, the shortstop Ethan Fleming, and the center fielder Mitch Thomas. Jake Granazzi on the mound for the Fighting Saints. Alex Melkar's here with you in the second of 3 games today on the USF Sports Network in the CCAC baseball tournament. The next 2 are elimination games as Murda squares to bunt and takes a strike on the outer half. It's 2-1. The 2-1 call to strike. Murda didn't like it. The 2-2 pitch with Meliska at first. Meliska not a speedster. Untraditional pick for your leadoff man, but he gets on base at an alarming rate. Counts 3-2. Murda, the senior catcher, trying to find a way on. Meliska goes, and the pitch misses outside for ball 4. Back-to-back walks to start off the day for Daniel Allworth, which is very unlike him. Allworth, just 26 walks on the year in his 43 1/3 innings pitched entering today. That'll bring up Max Montgomery. 273 hitter with a 359 on base. 17 RBI on the year. Squares to bunt and takes outside. Allworth having a hard time finding the zone early. This was a theme we saw in our last game, too, with St. Xavier's starter Thomas Plizga having some problems finding the strike zone in the top of the first inning. But now Judson's coaching staff will take a visit to the mound here and try to calm things down a bit. Gives us a chance to introduce the Judson Eagles starting lineup. Kevin Flores is in center field. The DH is Elijah Olowabi. The first baseman is Alan Navarro. The right fielder is Blake Stempowski. The third baseman is Kyle Schwartz. The shortstop is Matt Armstrong. The left fielder is Ryan Pitzer. Second baseman is Alex Wickett. And the catcher, Carson Hubert. The pitcher, of course, Daniel Allworth. We've already introduced you to him. Got some organ playing here. There is no organist at Slammer Stadium, but some nice ambiance from our crew in the booth adjacent to us. Allworth after the visit. Delivers a breaking ball, called a strike. Evens the count at 1. Allworth out of the stretch, delivers. Montgomery squares to bunt and fouls it off. It's 1-2. Good number of St. Francis fans in the house. School still in session for the University of St. Francis just down the road. Last week of classes before finals for them. Montgomery behind 1-2 in the count here with 2 on and nobody out. Swings, and it's going to be a foul tip that's collected by Hubert for the first out of the inning. A big strikeout for Allworth. He's now just 1 pitch away from getting out of the jam. That'll bring up the big left-handed hitting Ryan Lothan, the third baseman. A .321 batting average with a .414 on base. 3 homers on the year, 37 RBI. 37 RBI is second only to Jake Murda's 38. Murda currently at first base. Allworth's first delivery misses. Albericio on deck. 1-0 pitch down the left field line and onto the berm, foul. Lothan has played in 49 of the 51 games for St. Francis. St. Francis enters today at 21-29. Judson at 33-20. Judson went 19-13 in the CCAC schedule, with the Fighting Saints turning in a 17-15 year in the league. First pitch was scheduled for 4:30. We got a little after that, closer to like 4:33. Lothan behind 1-2. Allworth kicks and fires. In the air, left field. Pitzer comes in a few steps, settles underneath it, and makes the play. Had to dance with it a little bit at the end there, but he did collect it for the out. 2 away. Now here's the freshman, Dominic Alberico.
The left fielder, number 3, Dominic.
This is his 35th start of the year. 45th game overall, as they're going to lift Murda now for a courtesy runner.
Your attention, running at first base for the Fighting Saints.
It's going to be Hayden Host.
Hayden Host.
2 on, 2 outs. Allworth kicks and fires to the freshman. Breaking ball inside, and he got out of the way of it. Third base coach Brian Mahalik wanted him to wear it. You could tell by his reaction. Fighting Saints wearing the gold jerseys, white pants. Brown hats today as Alberico serves one into left field. Maliska's going to get the wave home. Here comes the throw. It will be cut off. The throw to second behind the runner gets into center field, but Host will stay there. The Fighting Saints strike first against a man with one of the lowest ERAs in the tournament at just a 1.04, but the Fighting Saints have scratched and clawed their way to a first inning run.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 34, Dylan Scafuri.
So here's Dylan Scafuri, 305 hitter, 456 on base, does have a homer on the year. Misses inside, and that's going to go to the backstop. The pass ball allows both runners to advance 90 feet. And now 2 runners in scoring position for Scafuri, the designated hitter. Judson's bullpen is already moving. St. Francis wanted to get to the bullpen early after Judson had to tax it a little bit yesterday. Scafuri rolls this one on the ground to the right side. Wicket collects and throws to Navarro to end the inning. But the Fighting Saints cash in a run after taking advantage of a pair of walks to start off the contest. St. Francis strikes first. It's St. Francis 1 and Judson coming to bat on the USF Sports Network, your home of the CCAC baseball tournament.
In the inning for the Fighting Saints, 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors, and 2 runners were left on base.
Jake Granazzi takes the mound for the Fighting Saints. He sports a 7.97 ERA and a 1-0 record, and this is his fourth start and his ninth appearance. He's thrown 20 1/3 innings this season, giving up 26 hits and 21 runs, 18 of which were earned. He struck out 13 and walked 9, with hitters hitting .317 against him. He takes the mound for the Fighting Saints in this elimination game. Today's umpires working the plate: Rob Beckett, Alan Jones at first base, Pat Weber over at third. Granazzi works out of the windup, fires home. First pitch swinging is Kevin Flores, a tapper to second base. It's going to be a close play. Glove flip by Montgomery, not in time, and that's one of the disadvantages of playing so deep here at Slammer Stadium, not being able to reach those little tappers on the right side. It's a single.
Number 0, Elijah Acevedo.
That'll bring up Elijah Acevedo. Acevedo this year, a .340 hitter with a .475 on base. 3 homers. He hits from the left side. One of 3 lefties in the lineup today for Judson. They start the lineup with 2 of them. Flores, of course, a left-hander who just hit. The 1-0 from Granazzi. Called a strike on the inner half, 1-1. Granazzi, a junior out of Beecher, Illinois. A transfer out of Purdue University Northwest, just over the border in Hammond. The 1-1 pitch, line foul. That ball was hit well off the bat. Counts 1-2. Check on the runner at first, that's not in time. Granazzi looking for his first out of the outing here. Pitching with the lead, though, the Fighting Saints were able to scratch across a run in the top of the first. The 1-2 offering. On a line into right center field for a base hit. Flores will hold at second. And Acevedo, the line drive single into the gap. Puts 2 men on with nobody out for Alan Navarro.
Number 12, Alan Navarro.
Not only is he a large presence in the box, he's large in stature, tall, strong, but the numbers are just as scary. 45 RBI for him, one of the best hitters in this Judson lineup and one of the longest tenured members of this team, the senior out of San Andreas, Colombia. First pitch from Granazzi, tries the inside corner but misses, 1-0. Judson took the series 3-1 this year. USF won the opening battle 9-3, but after that Judson took the next 3, 3-1, 5-4, and 5-1. The 1-0 misses outside. Murda can't quite glove it, but he keeps it in front of him. Navarro with a chance to at least tie the ball game up here with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. Ball in the gap could certainly score Acevedo, especially at the deep ballpark we have here today at Slammer Stadium, as Navarro's tardy on a fastball there. Moves the count to 2-1. Judson and St. Francis played in the first round of the tournament as Navarro fists this one down the right field line. That's going to be trouble. It's down for a base hit. Flores is going to be held up at third. They try to throw behind the runner, and Montgomery, who was at first base, tried to cut it off. It got away from him momentarily, but the runners hold in place. 3 consecutive singles to start the game. Now the catcher, Jake Murda, is going to have a meeting at the mound. Both teams using a meeting here in the first inning. Not what you want to see if you're the coaching staffs, having to go out there and calm things down this early on, but this is playoff baseball, and this is elimination baseball at that. Here's Blake Stempowski, 384 hitter with a 475 on base, 36 RBI on the year. He's left the park 3 times. He's got the bases loaded and nobody out against Granazzi. First pitch. Misses low. Murda couldn't quite glove that one. The 1-0 pitch has the corner. Nice breaking ball there from Granazzi. Checks on Flores at third, now fires home another breaking ball that misses high. Granazzi hasn't necessarily struggled with control. He's just getting hit around a little bit this inning. Flores roped a single. Then Acevedo roped a single, and then Navarro fisted one out in the right field into no man's land. 2-1 misses low, but now Granazzi having a hard time finding the strike zone this at-bat against Stempowski. Counts 3-1. Fastball count with the bases loaded. Nowhere to put Stempowski here. And you know, the last thing Granazzi wants to do is walk in a run. He's going to try to fill up the strike zone here with the fastball. See how aggressive Stempowski gets. Here's the 3-1. Took a big hack at it, hit it well down the right field line, but foul off of the berm. Brings the count full to 3-2. Judson with 3 hits in the frame. Three-two. Misses outside, ball 4. That brings in a run. It's an RBI walk for Stempowski, and here's Schwartz.
Number 21, Kyle Schwartz.
And now pitching coach Sean Pierce is going to take a visit. Talk things over. That's 2 visits now this inning for the Fighting Saints. Pierce now in his 4th year with the program at St. Francis. Started as a graduate assistant for 2 years, and he's now a 2-year assistant coach while working at the school in the admissions office. With that meeting being broken up now, they're going to have to find a way to get an out. Kyle Schwartz, the batter. He steps in, and Judson put up a 10 spot on St. Francis when they met just 2 days ago on Wednesday. A 10-0 win for Judson in 7 innings in the play-in game of this very tournament. First pitch fouled straight back on a breaking ball. Good job by Granazzi to get ahead there, 0-1. Granazzi delivers a breaking ball that's fouled away to the right side. He's staying away from the fastball now. That's what got hit in those first 3 at-bats. Depending a little bit more on that breaking ball here. Granazzi kicks and fires, swung on and missed. A changeup, beautifully executed for the first out of the inning. Now just 1 pitch away from getting out of the jam. Double play gets the Fighting Saints into the dugout in a tie baseball game. Armstrong, the batter, he's the shortstop. Watches the first pitch miss outside for a ball. Fastball misses down and away, 2-0. Granazzi behind 2-0 to Armstrong to start this at-bat. 4 homers on the year for Armstrong. He'd love to poke one out here. As Granazzi misses outside with that offering, it's 3-0. The Fighting Saints scored 1 on a single after 2 walks to start the inning. And now 3 singles and a walk have brought in a run for Judson in the bottom half of the frame. Here's the 3-0. Misses. Judson's taken the lead. A good job by them to fight back after going down early. They're up 2-1 with Ryan Pitzer digging into the box now.
Now batting the left fielder.
Pitzer, the first player in the lineup not to hit above 320. Pitzer a 253 batting average, but a 352 on base. He's got 5 long balls, and that's going to be it for Granazzi. Coach Brian Mahalick's going to go to the bullpen. We'll get you the information on the new arm for the Fighting Saints when we come back. This is the CCAC Baseball Elimination Game quarterfinal here on the USF Sports Network.
Your attention now pitching for the Fighting Saints, number 7, Jake Jerka.
Jake Jerka takes the mound for the Fighting Saints. Jerka, the 3rd best ERA for USF this season at a 4.81. He's got a 2-3 record. This is his 14th appearance. He started 4 games this year, during which he's thrown 43 innings. He inherits a bases-loaded, 1-out situation here and just misses outside with his first offering to Ryan Pitzer. Jerka's given up 26 runs, 23 of which have been earned, walking 18 and striking out 22, with opponents hitting .270 against him. Misses outside on that fastball as well, 2-0. Rob Beckett, the home plate umpire, saying those two just missed off the corner. The 2-0 from Jerka's hit on the ground to second base. This could be 2. Montgomery has trouble with it to Fleming for 1, to first for 2. Maliska on the back end can't pick it. It was a bit of an in-between hop to Maliska. That's going to allow a run to score on the fielder's choice. And it's 3-1.
Number 18, Alex Wickett.
That'll bring up Alex Wickett, a 297 hitter. 34 RBI on the year, and with runners at the corners, he's got a good chance to add on to that total. First pitch, called a strike. Jerka did his job to get a ground ball there, and Montgomery bodied it up, didn't field it cleanly by any means, but gave a good flip to the shortstop Fleming. And Fleming delivered a bit of an in-between hop to Maliska, and Maliska tried to collect it with his body but was unable to secure it. Big over-the-top hammer from Jerka brings the count to 1-2. 1-2 pitch fought off onto the left field berm. Wicket's played in 50 ball games this year. This is his 48th start. Judson playing in its 54th game of the season. It is 33-20 on the campaign. The 1-2, the runner goes. This one lifted in the air to left field. It's going to get down in front of the left fielder for St. Francis. It's an RBI single, and Judson adding on to its lead.
Now batting the catcher, number 38.
So here's Carson Hubert, the catcher. This is exactly the type of inning that Judson and Evan Ruckel, their third-year head coach, would have wanted after that first inning run for the Fighting Saints. Fleming gloves it on the backhand and tries to get the runner at third base sleeping behind the play. That would have been Pitzer, but a nice job by him to get to the bag. It's another infield single. The second of the inning for the Eagles. This one brings home a run as well. Running at first base now for Judson is number 3, Nate Stempowski.
Nate Stempowski. And now batting for the Eagles, the center fielder, number 1, Kevin Flores.
So we're back to the top of the order. The Eagles have batted around here in the first. Here's Kevin Flores, who singled and scored to lead things off. First pitch swinging again for Flores on the ground to Montgomery, and he'll throw to first to end the inning. The Eagles grab 4. They lead by 3. St. Francis going to have some work to do. The Eagles respond in kind. A 4-1 lead for the Eagles as we head to the second inning on the USF Sports Network.
In the inning for Judson, 4 runs on 5 hits. There were no errors, and 3 runners were left on base. Leading off for the Fighting Saints, the right fielder, number 8, Christian Rosales.
Christian Rosales leads off the visitor half of the second inning. Fighting Saints scored one in the top half, and Judson just put together a very impressive 4-run bottom half. Their pitcher, though, Allworth, has struggled finding the strike zone. He walked the first 2 batters he faced in the top of the first, was able to navigate it, giving up only just 1 run. After that fastball misses out, he gets Rosales to stare at a first pitch, or a second pitch rather, breaking ball for strike 1. Allworth goes back to the breaking ball, and this time Rosales offers at it and fouls it off. 1-2. St. Ambrose already has its ticket punched to the championship game. They won 5-3 against St. Xavier earlier as Rosales serves this one into center field. Flores coming in on it. Slides, and did he hold on? Yes, he did. A nice play in center field by Kevin Flores for the first out of the inning.
The shortstop, number 4, Ethan Fleming.
So that'll bring up the shortstop, Ethan Fleming. Fleming this year, a .235 hitter. 15 RBI. He's played in 50 of the 51 games for the Fighting Saints. First pitch hunting. In the air, foul territory. Navarro towards the wall is going to run into the netting over there down the first baseline. It is a foul ball. Gave it a good run, though. Good effort over there from the big fella. The 0-1, a breaking ball in there for a strike. Fleming behind 0-2. Allworth trying to put up a 0 after getting the lead back from his teammates in the bottom half of the first. Fleming fought that one off nicely. Fleming again, fouls off another pitch straight back. The 0-2 to Fleming, misses outside. Fleming's always been a pesky hitter. Not one to go down easily in these 2-strike counts, and Allworth is learning that here. The 1-2 from Allworth is a breaking ball that's fought off again by Fleming. Running up the pitch count. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat. It's a 1-2 that misses outside with a fastball. Tried to freeze him on the outer half, but he missed his spot. And that's a good pitch call there from Judson. After you go breaking ball, breaking ball, breaking ball, that fastball can freeze him on the outside corner. He tries the breaking ball again here, 2-2, and misses outside 3-2. Fleming trying to reach on what would be an incredibly impressive at-bat. Here's the payoff. Flared into center field. Flores coming in. He's going to have to pull up on this one. So Fleming's aboard with a single. After a 9-pitch at-bat.
Now batting the center fielder, number 12, Mitch Thomas.
And now they're going to call time as Navarro's going to go visit the trainer in the St. Francis dugout. He's got a cut on him, it looks like. So they just got to cover that one up. Navarro seems to be cleaning up his right hand. That's where the tape's being applied by the St. Francis trainer. And he seems to be all right. He'll head back to first base and resume his position after the Ethan Fleming one-out single. So here's Mitch Thomas, left-handed hitting center fielder for St. Francis. 3 homers, 19 RBI on the year. First pitch from Allworth misses down and out. Winner of this contest gets to play again tonight. They'll take on St. Xavier at 7 p.m. approximately. Certainly going to be later than that, though, at this rate. As this pickoff gets away, Fleming will turn and head for second base. Navarro slips and falls as he tries to retrieve it. And the Fighting Saints have a runner in scoring position after the E1. One-0 the count to Thomas. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. He's not up there looking to hit the breaking ball. Thomas a fastball hitter. I think Allworth knows that. Here's the 1-1. Goes off speed again, and Thomas cut right through it, 1-2. A huge out on the horizon here for Allworth if he can navigate this Thomas at-bat. Nate Maliska, the leadoff man on deck, though, doesn't get any easier. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball called, strike 3. A huge pitch from Daniel Allworth. Goes through the back door with the breaking ball. 2 down.
Now batting the first baseman, number 31, Nate Maliska.
So here's Maliska. Walked and scored in the first. He came around on Alberico's RBI single. Maliska trying to get an RBI of his own. This one in the air to right, hit well, way back. Maliska puts it off the sign and right for a 2-run homer. Nate Maliska, first pitch, hunting, got a fastball he could handle and deposited it over the right field fence. That's his second homer of the year. RBIs 14 and 15. And it's a 1-run ball game.
Now batting the catcher, number 22, Jake Murrah.
We might be in for a high-scoring affair. And I'd like to remind our viewers that Allworth has been rather untouchable this season with a 1.04 ERA and a 5-1 record. The Saints have put up 3 on him through 1 2/3. Counts 1-1 on the catcher Murda, who walked and was stranded at third. The 1-1 from Allworth. Breaking ball misses outside, 2-1. Murda, one of the 3 straight 4-year guys at the top of this lineup for St. Francis, all 3 of which attended St. Lawrence High School. The 2-1 also misses outside. It's 3-1. Murda trying to reach base for the second time in 2 innings. The 3-1 from Allworth. A breaking ball misses outside, ball 4. So the second walk and 2 trips for Murda. That'll bring up Max Montgomery.
The second baseman, number 1, Max Montgomery.
They're going to leave Murda out there to run the bases himself, which is something Coach Mahalik has done throughout the season. Has not been very consistent with the courtesy runner with Murda as he has in past years with him. Used to be automatic. Allworth's first offering to Montgomery, a fastball on the inside corner, called a strike. Montgomery struck out in the first. The 0-1. Swung on and missed, but it gets away from the catcher, Hubert. I heard a sound, and it might have been the sound of the baseball off of the shin guard of Hubert rather than the bat. So that allows Murda into scoring position. The count now, though, is 0-2 on Montgomery. The 0-2 pitch. Outside for a ball. Allworth trying to paint that outside corner. That seems to be his go-to spot with 2 strikes today. See what he goes to here, 1-2. Goes breaking ball, and Montgomery fights it off. Straight back off the netting. Tying run at second base. A 2-run homer this inning by Nate Maliska has brought the Fighting Saints back to within 1 after a 4-run bottom of the first from Judson. Montgomery gets fooled on the breaking ball. A big pitch from Allworth keeps Judson in the lead. We go to the bottom of the second. 4-3 on the USF Sports Network.
In the inning for the Fighting Saints, 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error, and 1 runner was left on base. Leading off for the Eagles, the designated hitter.
Jake Jerka back on the mound for the Fighting Saints after Jake Granazzi was unable to get out of the first inning. He went 1/3, giving up 3 hits, 4 runs. All of them were earned, walking 2, striking out 1. Threw 22 pitches, 11 of which were strikes. So Jerka navigated the rest of that inning, and now he's in for his first full inning of work. He'll face the designated hitter Elijah Acevedo. First pitch cut on and missed. The 0-1 from Jerka, who works quickly. Just misses high, 1-1. Jerka out of the windup. Gets Acevedo to ground this one to shortstop. Fleming on the backhand. Fires. It brings Maliska off the bag, and Maliska loses it on the tag attempt. And they're going to say Acevedo turned, made a feint towards second base, or did he not touch first base at all? And the third base coach has just run onto the field, which is a big no-no. You can't go past the fair foul line. And now Alan Jones is going to walk him back to the fair foul line. And I'm not sure if Acevedo touched first base the first time around. I think Acevedo just missed first base. I don't think it was an issue of making a feint towards second base, rather not touching the bag at all. And that was appealed immediately by Jerka, who grabbed the loose ball and wisely made his way over to first base to tag him out. So a 6-3-1 putout, I suppose, would be how we're going to score this. And somehow staying in this game is the head coach, Evan Ruckel. Thought for sure after throwing the helmet and sprinting onto the field that he would have been disqualified from the contest, but they leave him in. And now Navarro swings at the first pitch he sees on the ground to Lothan at third. The throw to first in time, no issues there. for the second out.
Now batting the right fielder, number 28, Blake Stempowski.
I'm going to have to go back and look at the video on that one to see what exactly happened. So they rule it a single, or an error rather, on Fleming to reach, and then he's out on the appeal by Jerka. Counts 1-1 now to Stempowski after that called strike. Fastball taken the other way. A nice piece of hitting there by Blake Stempowski as he rifles that one into right field. Rosales will collect and get it in, but it's a 2-out single for the Eagles. And that'll bring up Kyle Schwartz, who struck out in the first.
Now batting the third baseman, number 21, Kyle Schwartz.
Schwartz squares to bunt and bunts it foul. Schwartz a .386 hitter, 18 RBI on the year to go along with his 2 long balls. Judson up 4-3. They put up 4 in the bottom of the first. St. Francis 1 in the first, 2 in the second. The 0-1 to Schwartz isn't coming here as Jerka will attempt a jump move over to first base and check on Stempowski. He's not going anywhere. Jerka will check on him again. A bang-bang play, and they got him! Jerka picks off Blake Stempowski. And the inning is over. Kyle Schwartz will start it off in the third. St. Francis finds a way around a whole lot of interesting scenarios at first base. We go to the third inning. 4-3 in favor of Judson on the USF Sports Network. Well, the emotions are high here at Slammer Stadium. It's a 4-3 ball game in favor of Judson. A couple of controversial calls there in the bottom of the second inning go in favor of the Fighting Saints. And just like that, they're back up at the plate looking to complete a comeback here early on in this contest. Ryan Louthan will begin the efforts here in the third inning. Louthan flew out to left in his first at-bat, and he's ahead 2-0 this time around. Allworth back out there for his third inning of work. A couple of uncharacteristic mistakes from him in this one so far. See if he can right the ship here for the Eagles. But he's behind 3-0 as that fastball misses up and out. (3-0) misses ball 4.
Now batting the left fielder, number 3, Dominic.
So it's a leadoff walk for Louthan. That'll bring up Alberico, who has the RBI single from the first inning. One of 3 hits conceded today by Allworth, and he starts Alberico out with a breaking ball in there for a strike. 0-1 misses outside, tried the breaking ball again. Alberico, 347 hitter, 394 on base. He has started 35 ball games this year, but appeared in 45. Alberico goes after this breaking ball, flares it out into left field. Pitzer on the run will make the catch and gets it in quickly. It rolls all the way to Navarro at first base. Its intended target was Wicket at second base, but he short-hopped him, and Wicket couldn't handle it. No harm, though. It's the first out of the inning. On the fly ball to left, and here's the designated hitter, Dylan Scafuri. One of 4 left-handers in Brian Mahalick's starting lineup today. Fastball misses down. The 1-0 pitch misses outside, 2-0. Allworth from the set, checks on Loudon at first and fires a breaking ball. That's in there for strike 1. Loudon not a threat to steal. I think that's putting it the nice way. Loudon not known for his speed, but rather his power. He is a perfect 3 for 3 on the year, but I believe those are dirt ball reads for the most part. As the 2-1 pitch called a strike, another breaking ball to Scafuri. The 2-2. Got him looking, another beautiful backdoor breaking ball from Allworth. That's the second time he's gone to the backdoor breaker with 2 strikes against a lefty. It's the second time it worked. He got Mitchell Thomas on it last inning. And now with 2 outs, here's Christian Rosales. Another breaking ball in there for a strike. The game plan has changed. There was a lot of fastballs early on from Allworth. Now he's leaning heavily on those breaking balls. Appears to be a slider from up here, but hard to tell as that one took off on Allworth, and it gets a swing and miss out of Rosales. Rosales flew out last inning to lead it off. Now he's behind 0-2 here. The 0-2 pitch. Off the end of the bat. Shallow center field. Wicket giving chase. Lays out full extension and makes the catch. What a play by Alex Wicket in the shallow center field. He goes full extension and robs Rosales of a single. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Judson up 4-3 on the USF Sports Network.
21, Kyle Schwartz.
Kyle Schwartz to lead things off here for the Judson Eagles. Schwartz started his at-bat before the runner in front of him, Blake Stempowski, was picked off to end the inning by Jake Jerka. Jerka has done a nice job in relief for the starter Jake Granazzi, who couldn't get out of the first inning, as another bunt attempt here by Schwartz is a good one. Louthan picks it up to throw to first. Not in time. Stempowski legs it out, or rather Schwartz legs it out, I beg your pardon, for a leadoff bunt single here in the third.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Matt Armstrong.
So that'll bring up Matt Armstrong. 26 RBI on the year for him. He had an RBI walk in the first. Another bunt shown by the Eagles, but Armstrong pulls back on a curveball. That's called a strike. Jerka, the third best ERA on the year for the Fighting Saints. Jerka will check on the runner, not in time. Louthan at third, playing in, anticipating another bunt attempt from Armstrong. He's well inside the cut of the grass. And I say grass, it's a turf surface here, so the fake grass, the green portion. Armstrong doesn't show bunt, but instead pops it up on the infield. It's near the mound. The pitcher, Jake Jerka, calling for it and will make the catch on the mound, which is a tough play navigating that sloped surface. He does a good job doing so for the first out of the inning. And I get to write in a very rare P1 to the scorebook.
Number 14, Ryan Pitzer.
So here's Pitzer. Hit into a fielder's choice that scored a run. Watches a fastball that misses high. Jerka not known for his velocity, but what he does do is he gets contact early in counts, and that works out more than it doesn't for the Fighting Saints. 1-0. In there for a strike. Jerka, part of a large senior class for the Fighting Saints, one of 22 seniors honored on Senior Day by the program. Off the hands, lifted into left field. Alberico giving chase, and he's not going to get there. It lands in fair territory, and Alberico over pursues it. It's going to be a double. So Pitzer finds the dead spot in the zone out there in left field. And now runners at second and third with one out for Alex Wickett. Wickett, a left-handed hitter, hit an RBI single in the first. Another RBI chance for him here. And he takes advantage. Line drive and right field base hit. Rosales coming in. The runner getting the wave home. Here's the throw. It brings Murta away from the line. Jake Jerka, the pitcher, backing up the play, throws it to second base. It's late. It's a 2 RBI single for Alex Wickett. He's got 3 on the day now with a pair of hits as he takes second base on the throw.
Now batting the catcher, number 38, Carson Huber.
So the Eagles get the 2 runs back from the Nate Maliska home run. And the lead back up to 3. It's 6-3 in favor of the Eagles. First pitch to Hubert, called a strike. That one misses low. The 1-1 to Jerka, from Jerka rather. They're going to try the runner at second base, not in time. Alan Jones on top of it. So I had the opportunity to go back and look at that play from the last Judson offensive inning in which Navarro was called out at first base, and that one called a strike at the top of the zone, much to the dismay of the Judson faithful. So we had a chance to go back and look at it. Navarro never touched first base, so Jerka having the wherewithal to grab the baseball and tag Navarro as a live ball appeal significantly helped the Fighting Saints there and shortened what could have been a long inning as Hubert fouls that one away. Check on the runner at second, and Jerka throws it into center field. Wicket advances to third on the E1. And now with one out, another run just 90 feet away for Carson Hubert. The 1-2 misses outside. In the air, right field should be deep enough. Rosales makes the catch. The runner tags. His throw on line, a little up the line, in fact. It brings home wicket, and it's 7-3 in favor of the Eagles. So we go back to the top of the lineup. Here's Kevin Flores. 3 runs in the inning now for the Eagles. It's 7-3. 2 outs. And the leadoff man, the center fielder, Flores, at the dish, watches a ball low. Just a 4-run ball game, though, as Fighting Saints have done a good job to battle to this point. But this offense from Judson has just been unstoppable all season long. The 2-0 misses up and out. Jerka's 3-0 in there for strike. Flores was taking all the way. Certainly give one a rip here. Judson as a team this year hitting .318 as Flores fouls that one straight back off of Murda. The 3-2 delivery. On the ground right side, Maliska on a knee, collects, and he'll take it to first base himself. 3 more runs for the Eagles. They lead 7-3 in an elimination game in the CCAC baseball tournament on the USF Sports Network.
In the inning for the Eagles, 3 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error, and no runners were left on base. the shortstop, number 4, Ethan Fleming.
First pitch to Fleming, a breaking ball called a strike. Alex Melkar's here with you on the USF Sports Network. Fleming chops this one to shortstop. Armstrong has trouble with it. And Fleming is aboard via an error. So that'll bring up Mitch Thomas after a 3-run inning for the Eagles. The Fighting Saints find a way to get the leadoff man aboard. Daniel Allworth still on the bump. Thrown 67 pitches thus far as he misses outside with his first offering to Thomas, who struck out looking on a backdoor breaking ball in the second. And Allworth's thrown a couple of really nice backdoor breaking balls in this one, 2 of which have been backwards Ks. 1-0 misses outside. Judson and St. Francis were separated by 2 games in the standings. Judson at 19 and 13 and St. Francis at 17 and 15. Finished 4th and 5th respectively as Thomas hooks that one foul. St. Ambrose won the league title at 24 and 8. Olivet Nazarene, who was eliminated last night by St. Francis, finished in second at 23 and 9. St. Xavier, who's still alive, they'll play at 7 p.m. tonight in an elimination game. Finished 3 games back at 21 and 11. Thomas, another one hooked foul, 2 and 2. IUSB finished 16 and 16 in 6th place, and they were eliminated yesterday by Judson. Trinity Christian, Viterbo, and Calumet College of St. Joseph all did not qualify for the postseason. At 14 and 18, 7 and 25, and 3 and 29 respectively, as that bounces in, and that's going to allow Fleming to advance up to second base. Going to call it a wild pitch. And Thomas now with the runner at second base, nobody out, and a full count. Allworth's delivery. Flared to the left side and foul. Off the bat, I thought it might have had a chance to sneak in there inside the left field line, but that's just poor depth perception on my part. Count remains full. To the Fighting Saints center fielder, Allworth, high leg kick, fires, backdoor breaking ball, called strike 3. He went to it again.
Now batting the first baseman.
That'll bring up Nate Maliska.
Nate Maliska.
Hit a 2-run homer in the second. His second of the year. And the third of his career. He also walked in the first. Maliska not usually a long ball hitter, though. He hits the gap on the backside quite a bit throughout his career as that breaking ball misses down. Maliska responsible for all 3 of St. Francis's runs. He scored the lone run in the first inning and then the 2 RBI in the home run, in the second, as the 1-0 pitch is a breaking ball called a strike. Allworth trying to pitch around the leadoff error. Maliska, big old hack. Almost out of his shoes, and it's 1-2. Count now 1-2 on Maliska. Allworth trying to get a second out of the inning. After getting Thomas with a K, he's going to get a fastball over the plate. That Maliska serves into center field. The throw home goes to the backstop. Fleming is going to try and score. The throw to the plate is not in time. The tag wasn't applied. And I think they got that call right. Fleming's hand looked like it was in there, and I know there's going to be an argument now. As Coach Evan Reichel's out of the dugout again, this time having a word with home plate umpire Rob Beckett, but I think he was right on top of it. I think Fleming's hands were in there between the attempted tag of the catcher Hubert. So it's a single, and then Fleming scores on E8. It's a 7-4 ball game now as the first pitch to Jake Mert is a breaking ball called a strike. 0-1, misses down. St. Francis just sticking around. Fighting back each time Judson seems to land a powerful blow. The 1-1 from Allworth misses down. It's 2-1. Murda, a very patient hitter. He's got 2 homers on the year, 38 RBI. Former high school teammate Nate Maliska standing at first base. That one misses down and out. It's 3-1. His other former high school teammate representing the tying run is in the on-deck circle, and that's Max Montgomery. Although Montgomery, not a long ball hitter by any means. The 3-1 pitch. Breaking ball called a strike. Count runs full. Allworth fires home. In the air, right field. Playable for Stempowski. Over to the fair foul line, and he crashes into the netting. Comes up firing for the runner at second base. Maliska is in there safely. An aggressive play by Maliska to tag up, and a fantastic catch made in right field by Blake Stempowski, who crashed into the fence and the netting down there in right, then had the wherewithal to get up and fire a seed to Armstrong at second base, but the tag was late. And here's Max Montgomery with a runner on second and 2 outs. Montgomery, he struck out twice today. Waved and missed at the first offering from Allworth. Here comes the second. That one misses. The fans starting to get a little vocal here as emotions running high in this elimination contest. The 1-1 pitch from Allworth's hit in the air right center field. Stempowski giving chase. He'll settle underneath it in the gap and make the play. But the Fighting Saints grab one. They shave it down to a 3-run lead again. The Eagles up 7-4 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning on the USF Sports Network.
In the inning for the Fighting Saints, 1 run on 1 hit. There were 2 errors, and 1 runner was left on base.
Alex Melkar's back at Slammer Stadium with the Eagles leading 7-4 in the bottom of the fourth inning. Eagles coming to bat for the home half of the fourth. It's Elijah Acevedo to lead things off. He'll face Jake Jerka for the second time. First pitch swinging and first pitch crushing. Acevedo way out of here. And the Eagles get the run back from the top half of the frame. It's a solo shot. The Eagles have doubled up on St. Francis. It's 8-4. Acevedo's fourth homer of the year, his 19th RBI. He's scored twice now, and he's reached base in all three of his plate appearances. Gonna bring up Navarro. Swings and fouls off the first pitch from Jerka. It's the 10th hit already in the contest for Judson. Trying to add on here with Navarro, who singled and scored in the first and grounded out to third in the second. The 1-1 from Jerka. Breaking ball lined through the sixth hole in the left field. Alberico gets it on a knee and will serve it in to Fleming. But another hard hit ball.
Now batting the right fielder, number 28, Blake Stempowski.
Now the Fighting Saints bullpen is moving with some urgency down there. It's Quinn McGuire warming up. And Blake Stempowski into the box, who made a fantastic play down the right field line last inning as he pops the first pitch he sees up into the air. Foul territory, first base side. Maliska underneath it, collects it with two hands for the first out. I was going to say Stempowski went crashing into the extended netting here down the right field line last inning and made a fantastic catch. We've seen a couple of highlight reel plays today already in both our first and second games. That one's fouled straight back. Kyle Schwartz struck out in the first, swinging, and singled in the third, but was stranded. The 0-1 from Jerka misses down. Jerka will check on Navarro, who's not exactly a base stealer over there. Navarro does have 4 on the year. Wind starting to blow in from center field now as the 1-1 offering misses high. It's 2-1. That one skipped in there and blocked nicely by Murda. Counts 3-1. Eagles up by 4, 8-4. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning for those of you just tuning in. The Fighting Saints scored 1 in the first, but the Eagles responded with a 4 spot in the bottom half. A 2-run homer by Nate Maliska in the second, cut into the Judson lead. There's a 3-1 pitch, a fastball on the corner for strike 2. But then the Eagles responded with a 3 spot in the bottom of the third. Fighting Saints scratched 1 in the fourth on a bang-bang play at the plate. Now a solo homer from Acevedo here in the fourth has gotten that run back for the Eagles to get us to where we are now in an 8-4 ball game. Schwartz watches that one in the dirt for ball 4. So now runners at first and second with 1 out in the inning for Matt Armstrong. Matt Armstrong had an RBI walk in the first and popped out to the pitcher in the third. The rare P1 in the scorebook. Jerka's first offering, popped foul. First base side. Armstrong this year, 4 home runs to go along with 26 RBI. Jerka's 0-1. Hit in the air, left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Navarro getting the wave home. The throw is going to come to third, and that's going to allow Armstrong to advance to second base. Another run home. It's 9-4 for the Eagles, and Armstrong gets his second RBI of the ball game. Brian Mahalik, he's going to make a change here. So that's going to be it for Jerka. Quinn McGuire will come in from the bullpen. We'll get you the information on him after he's done warming up when we come back on the USF Sports Network. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. Quinn McGuire takes the mound for the Fighting Saints, 0-1 on the year in this his 19th appearance. No starts, 0-1 record, 38 2/3 innings pitched, 36 hits, 33 runs, only 25 of which were earned though. 15 walks to 14 Ks. Opponents hitting .247 against him. First pitch called a strike to Pitzer. Pitzer didn't like it. The book's still open on Jerka, responsible for the runners at second and third here with one out in the inning. I believe they're going to charge Pitzer here with a visit. Yep, or rather a offensive conference for asking for time. So now McGuire will come set and deal. Curveball hit in the air, left center field. Alberico underneath it makes the catch. The runner will tag from third and score. That's the 10th run of the day for the Eagles on the sacrifice fly by Pitzer. And the second out of the inning. Kyle Schwartz, the man who came across the plate there, and now it's just Pitzer at second base for Alex Wickett.
Alex Wickett.
Wickett is singled twice. He's got 3 RBI on the day. McGuire goes with a high breaking ball. McGuire, a fifth-year senior out of New Lenox. Fires the 1-0. On the ground right side, Maliska on a knee. Will race to the bag and take it himself. McGuire limits the damage to just one extra run. It's another 3 spot for the Eagles in the inning, though. They lead 10-4 as we head to the 5th on the USF Sports Network.
In the inning for the Eagles, 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors, and 1 runner was left on base. Leading off for the Fighting Saints, the third baseman, number 13, Ryan Lothon.
Lothon leading things off for the Fighting Saints here in the top half of the 5th inning. They trail 10-4 here on the USF Sports Network. First pitch fouled away. Allworth has settled in after a rocky start. 4 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. He's walked 4 and struck out 5. The 0-1 pitch. Tapped foul, it's 0-2. Allworth comes set at the belt. High leg kick and fires. Louthan fouls it straight back. Louthan today flew out in the first, then walked in the third. Counts 0-2. Fighting Saints trying to scratch their way back into this as they've done a couple times already today. Curveball misses outside. Allworth's gone to that backdoor breaking ball a couple times. Didn't work on this offering. We'll do the 1-2. Hard hit ground ball to first, off of the body of Navarro, but it stays in front of him, and he's able to get to first base in time. An impressive play over there by Alan Navarro for the first out of the inning. Put his body on the line by getting on a knee and knocking it down, and Louthan does not hit the ball softly, that's for sure. So that'll bring up Alberico. 347 average on the year, 394 on base. He muscled one out earlier in the year with 13 RBI. Allworth misses down. Fighting Saints putting up 4 runs on Allworth is an impressive feat in and of itself. Allworth this year's got 4 complete games, 1 shutout, a couple of saves. As Alberico continues to swing the bat well as he serves this one into center field for a base hit. He had an RBI single in the first and now has collected his second knock of the ball game with a single here.
Designated hitter, number 34, Dylan Scafuri.
But Allworth on the year entered today with a 1.04 ERA and a 5-1 record. He'd given up just 10 runs all year, and only 5 of them have been earned. He'd given up 5 unearned runs as Scafuri lines this one to second base. Alberico took off towards second. That's going to be an easy 4-3 double play to end the inning. A mistake on the bases ends the frame. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's all Judson here on the USF Sports Network in the CCAC Baseball Elimination Quarterfinals.
In the inning for the Fighting Saints, no runs on 1 hit. There were no Carson Huber.
It's the bottom of the order, due up for the Eagles here as we begin the bottom of the 5th inning with Carson Huber. Singled in the first and hit a sacrifice fly in the third that scored a run. He'll face Quinn McGuire. McGuire got out of the last inning in the first 2 batters he saw, getting a sacrifice fly out of Pitzer and then a unassisted ground out to third by Wicket, or to first rather, by Wicket, as this one's a swinging bunt down the third baseline. It'll go foul. Emotions have been high in this one. Lots of close calls and debated calls, according to Judson. Play at first with Navarro, in which he did not touch first base and was later called out on appeal before he returned to the bag, as that one's fouled straight back to bring the count to 0-2. A bang-bang play at second on a tag up. That didn't go their way. And a bang-bang play at the plate that from up here looked like was nailed by Rob Beckett, the home plate umpire. The 0-2 pitch from McGuire, a line drive left center field base hit. Thomas gets to it and gets it into Fleming. It's a leadoff single for the 9-hitter Hubert. He's now 2 for 2 on the day with an RBI. And he'll be replaced by his courtesy runner Nate Stempowski at first base.
Number 1, Kevin Flores. And running at first base for the Eagles, number 3, Nate Stempowski.
So Kevin Flores now will dig into the box. Flores singled and scored in the first, then has grounded out to the right side of the infield twice. Also in the first inning, it was a ground out to second base, so he hit twice in the first, and then in the third, he grounded out to first base. Breaking ball misses down from McGuire, 1-0. McGuire from the set position will check on the runner at first. Another check. The Fighting Saints have picked off 1 runner today. That was back at in the second inning. Jerka had picked off Blake Stempowski at first base. McGuire trying to be the second pitcher to pick off a runner. Serves a breaking ball in there. Called a strike. It's 1-1. That one misses low, 2-1. Runner goes in the air left field. Caught by Alberico. He'll get it in. It was a hit and run. That was defended well by the Fighting Saints. The second baseman Montgomery tried to get Stempowski with a deke at second base, but didn't quite fool him. That's Nate Stempowski, the runner. And now there's one away in the inning with a runner at first for Elijah Acevedo, who homered last inning. A solo shot that had a one-way ticket out of here. I mean, that ball was destroyed over the right field fence. And he's going to line this one into left center field. Stempowski's going to turn and try for third. Thomas's throw is cut off by Fleming. They have the runner between first and second. Montgomery throws, and now they're going to try home. The throw is in time. Murda applied the tag. The Fighting Saints executed it like it was a wacky first and third play. And now there's 2 outs in the inning, and good luck to our scorer.
Now batting the first baseman, number 12, Alan Navarro.
It is an 8-6-4-3-2 put out at home plate. One of the longer putouts I think I've had in the book this season. First pitch misses down and away from McGuire. There's 2 outs in the inning, though. Alberico did advance to second base in all of that. Acevedo advanced to second base as the breaking ball misses low. Navarro, the hitter. 3 home runs, 45 RBI on the year. Chance to add on to this Judson lead, and he's going to give it a shot. This ball in the right center field, tailing away from Thomas on the run, and he tracks it down. A big play in the gap by Mitch Thomas. Puts a 0 up on the board. Just the second time the Fighting Saints have held the Eagles scoreless today. We go to the 6th inning. Eagles up by 6. St. Francis coming to bat on the USF Sports Network.
In the inning for the Eagles, no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 1 runner was left on base.
Christian Rosales will lead things off here in the 6th inning. Alex Melcar's with you on the USF Sports Network covering the CCAC baseball tournament. We've got a quarterfinal elimination game between Judson and St. Francis for you, with the Eagles up 10-4 as we begin the 6th inning of play. The winner gets to play again tonight at 7 p.m. against St. Xavier, with the winner advancing to the championship game tomorrow at 4 p.m. His first pitch swinging is Christian Rosales, and he serves that one into right field for a leadoff single, his first knock of the day. And that'll bring up Ethan Fleming, who's reached base twice, once via a single, once via an error. He scored both times.
Now batting the shortstop, number 4, Ethan Fleming.
Fleming, a 2-year starter at the shortstop position. Tries to go opposite field just like Rosales did, but a little late on this one. Serves it foul to the berm. The 0-1 misses wide, evens the count at 1. Allworth goes breaking ball, and it's fought off there by Fleming at the plate. Allworth from the set position, short lead at first base by Rosales. Breaking ball that Fleming fights off again. This is what he did his first time against Allworth. It was a 9-pitch at-bat in the 2nd inning that ended in a single. Fleming would later come around to score on the Nate Maliska home run. Allworth's 1-2. Off the end of the bat, line drive to Navarro, and Rosales will get back to the bag safely. Bit of worry at first, as Rosales had jumped off the bag just as his teammate Alberico had done last inning in an inning-ending double play.
Now batting the center fielder,
But Rosales was able to recover this time, and here's Mitch Thomas with one away. Thomas, first pitch swinging, it's down the first baseline, fair ball. Thomas will round first and stay with a single. Rosales a little late around second base, but eventually makes his way to third. Runners at the corners with one out. Go back to the top of the order with Nate Maliska.
Now batting the first baseman, number 31.
He singled in a play that ended with Fleming scoring. He didn't get an RBI for it. It was an error by the center fielder Flores that allowed Fleming to score at the plate. But Maliska today 2 for 2 as he taps the first one foul. Homered in the second, singled in the fourth, and walked in the first. He scored twice. And he's been involved in each of the 4 runs scored for St. Francis. He scored in the first. Obviously, the home run brought himself and Fleming home in the second inning, and then his single that brought home Fleming in the fourth make up the entirety of the St. Francis scoring today. Backdoor breaker in there for strike 2, and Allworth in the catbird seat in this at-bat. Allworth comes set, fires. Line to right field, right at Stempowski. He'll make the catch. Rosales does not tag. Runners will hold. 2 away in the inning with runners at the corners. Good swing from Maliska. Just didn't find any grass. So here's the catcher, Murda. Murda's walked twice, and he fouled out in the fourth. First pitch, breaking ball, misses inside. Allworth over 100 pitches now on the day is at 105, and the Judson bullpen is warming. The 1-0 from Allworth. This one another breaking ball, but it is in there for a strike. The winner of this game advances to our 7 p.m. game, which will start much later than 7 p.m., as is tradition here at the CCAC baseball tournament. 2-1. They'll take on St. Ambrose, or rather St. Xavier, excuse me, who lost to St. Ambrose in our first game at 1 o'clock today. The 2-1. Murda laid on a fastball, lines it foul. Count evens at 2. Allworth, 2-2 count, 2 outs, runners at the corners. Good speed at first base in Thomas. There he goes. Breaking ball out. They're going to let Thomas have second base. You have to put it in as a fielder's choice. Payoff pitch coming. Murda awaits the 3-2. Line drive, center field, base hit. Thomas getting the wave home. The throw from Flores brings him up the line. They're going to try to get Murda at second base, and he's in there safely. A 2-run single makes it a 4-run game. It's 10-6. And the Fighting Saints don't say die.
Now batting the second baseman, number 1, Max Montgomery.
So that'll bring up Montgomery. He's 0 for 3 on the day. A big spot for him. But Allworth's not going to have a chance against him, as Evan Ruckel's going to go to the bullpen. A great outing, though, from Allworth. He throws 111 pitches in 5 2/3, giving up 8 hits, 6 runs. But the book's not closed on him yet. He's responsible for Murda at second base. We've got a ball game again here in the top of the 6th. You're watching the CCAC baseball tournament on the USF Sports Network. Chase Reed, the new arm on the mound for Judson. He's got a 4.87 ERA and an 0-1 record. He's got 9 appearances now on the year, one of which was a start. He's thrown 20 1/3 innings, giving up 24 hits and 16 runs along the way, 11 of which were earned. He's walked 7 and struck out 11. Batters hit .276 against him. He's hit a pair of guys as well. Max Montgomery will step in against him. Monty on the year, hitting .273 with a .359 on base. A pair of strikeouts and a flyout today for him. Big spot with the catcher Murda at second base, who just rifled a 2 RBI single into center field. Montgomery, the senior. Steps in the box, and here we go. First pitch swinging a breaking ball. He's out in front of it. He's had trouble with the breaking ball. He did so against Allworth at least. Reed, though, the new arm, flashing it on the first pitch he throws. Montgomery anticipating the first pitch fastball. 0-1 on the ground to right side. Navarro gloves, flips to Reed. He never got to the base. Reed never touched the base, and Montgomery is safe at first. He comes up a little limp on the left foot, but he's going to be all right. Reed reaching for first base, never got there. First base umpire Alan Jones all over it.
Now batting the third baseman, number 13, Ryan Lothan.
Runners at the corners, 2 outs for Ryan Lothan. One swing makes it a 1-run ball game. First pitch hacking, and he fouls it straight back. The 0-1, Montgomery goes, and Lothan rifles it through the middle of the field for a base hit. Montgomery around second. He'll head to third. And now the tying run is at the plate. Lothan gets RBI number 38 on the year. It's going to be an unearned run as well, after the error by the pitcher Chase Reed allowed Montgomery to reach. Now here's Alberico in a big spot. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. A 3-run inning for the Fighting Saints, who have just fought their way back into this one after trailing by as many as 6. Alberico serves this one into left field. That's going to get down and score a run. Montgomery scores, and it's 10-8 with the tying run at first base. Give credit to these Fighting Saints. They have not given up at all in this one.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 34, Dylan Scafuri.
Lothan, that's second base. Alberico at first, and Scafuri in the box representing the go-ahead run. And who would have thought the go-ahead run would come up in this inning? First pitch from Chase Reed misses down and into Scafuri. Scafuri today grounded out in the first, struck out looking in the third, and lined out in the 5th. Time called by the catcher Hubert. He's going to go talk to his pitcher Chase Reed. The Eagles should be out of the inning. Montgomery hit a ground ball to Navarro. He flipped it over to the pitcher Reed, who was covering first base, but Reed, trying to reach for the bag, never quite got there. And now, afterwards, 2 runs have scored, including that error. Counts 1-0 on Scafuri. He's got a home run this year. What a moment this would be for number 2. Fastball called a strike. The 1-1 pitch inside. Scafuri stood in there. Looked like he almost tried to wear it on the leg, but somehow missed him. It's 2-1. Christian Rosales is on deck. He singled earlier this inning in the leadoff spot, or rather led off the inning with a single, I should say, and he came around to score. The 2-1 to Scafuri, fouled away down the left field line. 2-2. Reed comes set. Fires. Misses low. That brings the count full. It's 3-2. Runners will be in motion. A ball in the gap could very well score Alberico from first base. Runners go. The pitch in the air, right field. Stempowski giving chase, lays out, and he can't make the catch. 1 run scores. Here comes Alberico. This game is tied. What a moment in the CCAC tournament. It's 10-10. Dylan Scafuri delivers in the clutch. A 2 RBI double. And we've got a brand new ball game. The score was 10-4 about 25 minutes ago. A 6-run sixth from the Fighting Saints has tied things up. And they have the go-ahead run in scoring position. Christian Rosales to hit for the second time this inning. Both teams now have hit around the lineup at least once. First pitch from Reed misses high. The book now closed on Allworth. Goes 5 2/3, 8 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned. Walking 4 and striking out 5 over his 111 pitches. That one misses down and out. It's 1-1. And now time has been called by the Judson dugout. The walk is being made, and the call has also been made to the bullpen. That'll be it for Chase Reed. The Fighting Saints have put up a 6 spot in the top of the 6th, and the inning's not over yet. We go to break here on the USF Sports Network with the new arm coming in for Judson after this. The count is 2-0 on Christian Rosales, and the new arm is Carson Clausing. A 17.05 ERA this year and a 1-1 record, and this his 8th appearance. He's thrown just 6 1/3 innings. He's given up 12 runs and 13 hits on the season. What a huge spot to put the young man in, the junior pitcher out of Kalida, Ohio. The 2-0 in there for strike one. Rosales flew out in the second, popped out in the third. Singled and scored earlier this inning. The Fighting Saints have now sent 10 men up to bat, and they've scored 6 runs. Scafuri's the runner at second base, and Rosales cuts and misses at the 2-1 offering. It's 2-2. Go-ahead run 180 feet away for the Fighting Saints, something that felt impossible just 25 minutes ago. 2-2 count, 2 outs. The pitch in the air, right side, playable. Navarro towards the dugout. It's going to tail foul. Count stays steady at 2-2. We're about 28 minutes away from the scheduled start time of our nightcap, and I just don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to be starting that one a little later. The 2-2. Rosales fouls that one away. Clausing, inheriting a tough situation with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, was already behind 2-0 in the at-bat when he came in, but he's fired nothing but strikes since then. A pair of foul balls and a pair of called strikes as the count even at 2. Clausing delivers a fastball that's popped up. Center field, shallow. Flores working in. Makes the catch. But the Fighting Saints send 10 to the dish. They plate 6. A brand new ball game as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Fighting Saints and Judson tied at 10 on the USF Sports Network in an elimination game in the CCAC baseball tournament.
In the inning for the Fighting Saints, 6 runs on 6 hits. There was 1 error, and 1 runner was left on base. Leading off for the Eagles, the right fielder, number 28, Blake Stempowski.
Blake Stempowski leads things off as we begin the bottom of the 6th inning in a brand new ball game. Quinn McGuire will head to the bump now in a tie game. He left the last inning trailing by 6, and now Stempowski, though, going to get right back to work for this Judson offense that has been so good this season as he lines a single into center field. So here's Kyle Schwartz. Schwartz struck out in the first, singled in the third, walked in the fourth. Runner on first, nobody out for him here. Squares to bunt, and he gets hammered by the curveball. Some activity now in the St. Francis bullpen after that pitch.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Matt Armstrong.
Wind now picking up again. It's been on and off and changing directions throughout the day. Temperatures in the low 50s, but the feels like is in the mid 40s, low 40s here pretty soon as the sun starts to go down in the Joliet area. First and second, nobody out. Runners go, and they're going to steal second and third without contest. Louthan was caught out of position there, and Murdo wasn't able to fire a throw to either base as the St. Francis defense was more concerned about defending the bunt. So now the runners at second and third, nobody out for Matt Armstrong. Pitch was a strike, and this one hits Armstrong in the helmet. Coach Pierce is going to come out and talk things over as the reaction from Matt Armstrong getting hit was more out of frustration. I don't think he thought it was intentional. But neither side a big fan of it, as emotions, of course, at an all-time high. The temperature in the room is scalding hot at this moment as we've got a 10-10 game in the bottom of the 6th inning, with the bases loaded here and nobody out for Judson. Cody Nold is warming in the bullpen, as is Anthony Panzella, who threw a complete game yesterday.
Now batting the left fielder, number 14, Ryan Pitzer.
Fighting Saints are going to play about halfway at the corners. They're going to play for the double play in the middle. The batter's Ryan Pitzer. First pitch misses out. McGuire looks in, now comes set, checks the runner at second and fires home a fastball that's cut on and missed by Pitzer. It was up. Certainly would have been ball 2 had he let it go. The 1-1 from McGuire. Cut on and missed, strike 2. You don't go hunting strikeouts too often, at least if you're a St. Francis Fighting Saint pitcher. That's just not the mentality they preach. However, a strikeout here would be massive, as then a double play ball gets you out of the inning. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. A cutter that was running away from Pitzer got him to chase. 1 down in the inning, and here's Alex Wickett. And now Wickett, not a double play candidate, not unless he rifles at it at either the shortstop or the second baseman. He's got some speed. So if this is going to be turned by the Fighting Saints, they're going to have to be quick with it. They are playing for the double play all the way around the infield, though. Bases loaded, 1 out. First pitch from McGuire. On the ground to second base. Could be 2. Montgomery to Fleming to Maliska. They got it! No, he dropped the baseball! And now a run's going to score. Oh no, they called him safe, and the runners came off the field. And 2 runs score on the play. Maliska couldn't handle the throw. He dropped it, and 2 runs scored. And now Coach Brian Mahalik is going to talk to Alan Jones about the play at first base. And from up here, it looked like Maliska just dropped it. I don't think it was on the transfer, and that would just be heartbreaking. So 2 runs come across. As a heads-up play by Kyle Schwartz and Blake Stempowski to continue to play through.
Now batting the catcher, number 38, Carson Huber.
So 2 outs in the inning now, and McGuire fires a pitch in the dirt. They'll check on the runner at first, not in time. Carson Hubert, the hitter now. And what a massive break. As music starts to play here in the stadium. What a massive break for Judson. And credit to them for cashing in on it. This one in the dirt gets by Murda. Very quickly 2-0 in the at-bat. The 1-0 from McGuire. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. You could just feel the air get sucked out of this ballpark when that ball hit the turf. The 2-1 from McGuire. Capped foul, evens the count at 2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. But 2 runs come home on an awkward play at first base. Judson has retaken the lead 12-10. We go to the 7th inning on the USF Sports Network.
In the inning for the Eagles, 2 runs on 1 hit. There was 1 error, and 1 runner was left on base. Your attention now, pitching for the Eagles, number 19, Carson Clausen.
Welcome back to the wild ride that has been the 4 p.m. game today at Slammer Stadium. Judson leads 12-10. St. Francis tied the game at the top of the 6th with a 6th spot, and Judson responded with 2 runs on what appeared to be a double play that was mishandled at first base by the Fighting Saints, allowing 2 runs to score. They say Fleming went around on a check swing. He disagrees. 0-1. The 0-1 from Clausing. Tapped foul by Fleming. It's 0-2. Fleming singled and scored in the second, reached on an error and scored in the fourth. He lined out in the sixth. Trying to get another rally going here as the Fighting Saints clawed back from a 6-run deficit already in this one. Going to have to do it again here, down by 2. As the 0-2 misses high and wide. The 1-2. Foul tip, strike 3, caught by Hubert on the back end. Huge first out for Clausing. That'll bring up Mitch Thomas.
Now batting the center fielder, number 12, Mitch Thomas.
First pitch from Clausing to Thomas, misses high. Clausing came on last inning. Faced one batter, it was Christian Rosales, and got him to fly out to end the 6-run frame. He retired Fleming, the second batter he's seen, and now evens the count at 1 against Mitch Thomas. Thomas, a couple of backwards Ks to start the game, one in the second, one in the fourth. Singled and scored, though, in the 6th. 1-1. Misses by quite a bit. It's 2-1. Thomas started in center field today for the Fighting Saints, as he has done most of the year. This is his 43rd start. Popped up left side. It's going to get out of play into the seats. Count evens at 2-2. The 2-2 from Clausing. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. A high fastball. Got him to chase. That'll bring it back to the top of the order. Nate Maliska hit a 2-run homer in the second. Singled in the fourth. He lined out last inning, and it was hit very well to right field. But Stempowski was positioned perfectly. This one in the air, right center field, playable for Stempowski. He'll make the catch to end the inning. Fighting Saints go 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Judson up 12-10 in an elimination game on the USF Sports Network.
Leading off for the Eagles, the center fielder, number 1, Kevin Flores.
Welcome back to Slammer Stadium here in Joliet, the host of the 2026 CCAC Baseball Tournament. Judson leads St. Francis 12-10 in what has been an absurd ball game from start to finish. Judson jumped out to a 10-4 lead. St. Francis scored 6 in the 6th, and then 2 runs on what appeared to be a double play that was dropped at first base gave Judson what is now a 12-10 lead. Alex Melkar is here with you. I'll be with you for the rest of the night as well as the 1-0 or the 0-1 rather from McGuire misses low to Kevin Flores. Flores on the day today, singled in the first and scored, but since then he's 0 for 3 with a ground out, actually a pair of ground outs and a fly out. The 1-1. Line drive center field, that's going to get down in front of Thomas. A leadoff single for Kevin Flores. And that's unsurprising for Flores, who's hitting .407 on the year. He has been incredibly consistent at the top of the lineup for the Eagles, and I think that's going to do it for Quinn McGuire. Coach Mahalik going to take the walk to the mound and take the baseball from the senior. We'll take a break, get you the information on the new arm for the Fighting Saints when we come back on the USF Sports Network. Cody Nold, the new arm for the Fighting Saints here, as he inherits a runner on first and nobody out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Nold this season, the 4th best ERA on the team at 5.06. He's 1-0 in 16 appearances. One of them was a start. He's thrown 16 innings, given up 19 hits, 10 runs, 9 of which were earned. He's walked 9 and struck out 11. Hitters this year hitting .311 against Nold. Big spot here, trying to keep this to a 2-run ball game. Flores, the speedy runner at first. First pitch hammering for Acevedo, and that ball is gone. His 2nd homer of the game. It's 14-10. Elijah Acevedo has now hit 5 home runs on the season. That was his 2nd of the day. 21 RBI on the year. And that extends the Judson lead to 4. It's 14-10 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. First pitch misses inside to the 3-hitter Navarro. So that closes the book on McGuire as Navarro gets hit on the 2nd pitch of the at-bat. McGuire 2 2/3, giving up 4 hits, 3 runs, only 1 of them earned. He struck out 2 without walking any. Through 32 pitches, 21 for strikes. And here's Blake Stempowski. Singled and scored last inning. Walked and scored in the first. Also singled and was picked off in the second and popped out in the fourth. Nold misses outside. Some control issues early on in this outing. The lead for Judson was as much as 6. Then the Fighting Saints came back and tied it, and Nold has hit another batter. Sean Pierce will come out and visit with Nold, who has given up in his 3 batters a 2-run homer and a pair of hit-by pitches. As now the St. Francis bullpen scrambling to get in motion. It's 5th-year senior Zach Blazekovich now throwing in the pen for the Fighting Saints. So the meeting breaks up. Runners at first and second, nobody out for Kyle Schwartz. On the ground to shortstop, Fleming will flip to third for the lead out there. That's where the ground ball was bringing him. And a smart play by Fleming to get the lead runner, 1 away.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Matt Armstrong.
So here's Derek Cintron. The shortstop came in last inning to replace Matt Armstrong. Runners go. Murta's going to throw to second base. It's high. In time to get him. Pat Weber made the call. It's the second out of the inning. So they get Schwartz stealing. And Cintron fouls that one back to even the count at 1. Murta loves to throw behind in those situations, those double steals. And it works out for him quite a bit as the 1-1 misses wide, 2-1. Judson today, 17 hits. Go along with their 14 runs. The Fighting Saints, 11 hits and 10 runs. The 2-1 from Nold. Breaking ball, lined into right field for a base hit. That'll bring home another run, and that'll make it 15-10 in favor of the Eagles.
Now batting number 24, Austin Stone.
So it's a pinch hitter. Austin Stone in for Ryan Pitzer. Runner at first. 1 out in the inning. Stone squares to bunt. It's right back to the pitcher, Nold. He'll go to first for the 3rd out. That is the 3rd out. The caught stealing was the 2nd out. The scoreboard said 1 out, and I got confused. But it is the last out. Stone squared to bunt for a hit. And went right back to Nold. He took the out at first. So the inning is over. 3 runs come home in the inning for Judson. They lead 15-10 on the USF Sports Network.
There were no errors, and one runner was left on base. Leading off for the Fighting Saints,
Jake Murdo will lead things off here in the top of the 8th inning. The Fighting Saints have 6 outs to get 5 runs. This is an elimination game here in the CCAC baseball tournament. The winner advances into the semifinal tonight at 7 p.m. Well, I guess it's 7:03 now, so advances to the semifinal. That will start approximately 45 minutes after the conclusion of this game against St. Xavier. Fastball misses in. St. Ambrose won the opening game today to advance to the championship undefeated. So they are 2-0 currently in the championship, awaiting and now we're going to have a warning issued to the Judson dugout after an argument there, as the pitcher Clausings tried to start his windup before him and Murda had made eye contact. Murda was looking down still. So the umpire puts the ball in play, and as soon as the ball is put in play, Clausing is going. Just because the ball is live doesn't mean you can start to deliver home, and that's the difference of opinion being had here. And the count is now 2-0. Three and 0 is the count. And now we don't know the count, because it's 2 warnings. Those are 2 automatic balls. They're technically violations, and each violation is a ball. So the count's 3-0. Murda waited until exactly the 10-second mark to make eye contact. And now Clausing will wind and fire. In there for a strike. The 3-1 from Clausing is now the pitcher and hitter playing some gamesmanship, as that one misses high. And Murda will head to first with a leadoff walk.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 1, Max Montgomery.
Montgomery now has struck out twice, flew out to right, and reached on an error in the 6th and scored. Runner on first, nobody out for the senior. Clausing checks on the runner, now comes set. Hands at his chest and tight. misses low, right at the feet of Hubert. Murda was unable to pick it up in advance. It's 1-0. And that's a tough read when it's through the 5-hole just in front. Usually you see it squirt through at first base. If you're the runner, you see it squirt through the backstop, but it got knocked down either by the foot of the umpire or the foot of Hubert as he's in that hybrid one-knee stance. The 1-0 pitch misses high. It's 2-0. St. Francis appears to be taking till they get a strike. And that's going to be another eye contact violation. It's 3-0. The fans are making their views known. And now the 3-0 pitch to Montgomery. Squares to bunt and watches it miss high. First 2 on via the walk. That'll bring up Lothan. The temperature running high again, and the last time this happened, the Fighting Saints turned in a 6-run inning. They do that here, they'd be looking at the lead. It's Evan Ruckel taking the visit, the head coach in his 3rd season at Judson. Trying to calm down his pitcher, Carson Clausing, who has been called on, I believe, 4 violations now this inning for coming set prior to eye contact being made between the batter and the pitcher. The home plate umpire today, Rob Beckett, taking some flack for that, at least from the Judson faithful. I'm sure the Fighting Saints fans are perfectly happy with the added balls to the count. So here's Lothan. Singled last inning, or in the 6th rather, brought home a run. Here's the pitch. Misses down. Fighting Saints trying to claw back into this. Down by 5. They did so once already. They were down by 6 to tie it at 10. But 5 more unanswered from the Eagles have seen the game flip once again. 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. So now Lothan will certainly be attacking the strike zone. Or attacking in the strike zone, I should say. An aggressive hitter, but when he gets it, it's a beautiful thing. The 1-1 pitch misses outside. Some action now in the Judson bullpen as Clausing starting to struggle a little bit with control. The 2-1. Lined up the middle, a base hit. Murda will be held at 3rd. The bases are now loaded for the Fighting Saints as the throw comes home, but Hubert's able to knock it down.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 3, Dominic Alberico.
So here's Alberico, sacks packed with Saints. Tying run in the on-deck circle. Alberico today, RBI single in the 1st and an RBI single in the 6th. He's 3 for 4. The pitch from Clausing. Swung on and missed. It's a breaking ball, he was out in front of it. The Fighting Saints trying to flip this game on its head for a 3rd time. Line drive through the left side for a base hit. 1 run will score. Montgomery will be held at 3rd. Louthan into second base. And Alberico now has his third RBI single of the day. The Fighting Saints climbing back into it. It's 15-11. The tying run's at the plate. And we're going to have bench warnings issued here. As there's a bit of a mix-up at the end of the play. So now the crews come together with the two coaches, issued the warnings, and kind of drawn the line in the sand. The tying run at the plate, though, in the form of Dylan Scafuri, hit a 2-run double in the 6th. As now Judson's going to go to the pen. So we're going to take a break. What a wild one we've had for you at Slammer Stadium. New arm coming in for the Eagles. You're watching CCAC Tournament Baseball on the USF Sports Network. Carson Clausen gives way to Owen Wayner. 7-2 on the year, 12 appearances, all of them starts. So this is his first time in relief this year. He's got 5 complete games, 2 shutouts. 7-2 record over 69 2/3 innings, 49 hits, 28 runs, 25 earned. 39 walks on the year to 56 strikeouts. Opponents hitting a $198 against him.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
The bases are loaded with the tying run at the plate and nobody out in the form of Dylan Scafuri. Scafuri tied the game in the 6th with a 2 RBI double. Here we are in the 8th. An extra base hit would certainly unglue this place as the first pitch by Scafuri is lined foul. Little late on the fastball. Oh, 1 pitch from Wayner in the left field on a line and down for a base hit. They'll go station to station with the tying run at first base and the go-ahead run at the plate. 3 RBI on the day now for Dylan Scafuri.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 8, Christian Rosales.
That'll bring up Rosales. Singled and scored in the 6th. He's 1 for 4 on the day. Wayner working out of the windup in relief of Carson Clausing, who left him in a bases loaded, nobody out jam. The pitch. Breaking ball called strike. The score now 15-12. No, you're not watching a football game, as this one's lined into right field, tailing away from Stempowski. He's going to tag and try for home. The throw is not in time to get Louthan, as Stempowski makes the catch in right field. It's a sac fly that brings home Louthan, who by no means is a speedster. I thought for sure he was not going to go, but the ball brought Stempowski towards the line, and off balanced, he made a throw home that was late by about a step and a half. And here's Ethan Fleming. 2-run ball game. Fouls the first pitch back. 1-1. Or 0-1, excuse me. Alberico at second, Scafuri at first. The 0-1 to Fleming. Breaking ball cut on and missed. He chased low. It's 0-2. The 0-2 from Wayner on the ground to short, could be 2. To second for 1, to first for 2, not in time. So it's a fielder's choice that retires Scafuri.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 12, Mitch Thomas.
And that'll bring up Mitch Thomas. 3 Ks today, along with a single in the 6th that he came around to score on. Thomas representing the go-ahead run. Fleming at first. 2 outs. Alberico at third. Fastball inside, and a diving play needs to be made by Hubert to knock it down. The 1-0 to Thomas. Checks it up, and it gets by! Alberico scores. Fleming to second. And it's a 1-run game on the pass ball. (15-14). The tying run in scoring position with Mitch Thomas at the plate. The 2-0. In the air, center field. Flores makes the catch to end the inning. But the Fighting Saints put up 4, excuse me. It's a 1-run game. 15-14. We go to the bottom of the 8th on the USF Sports Network.
Saints, 4 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors, and 1 runner was left on base. Your attention now pitching for the Fighting Saints. Number 0, Zach Blazekovic.
8-9-1 due up in the inning for the Judson Eagles as we welcome you back on the USF Sports Network to this elimination game between the Judson Eagles and the University of St. Francis Fighting Saints. Judson holding on to a 15-14 lead, and no, you're not watching a football game. That is a baseball score. Zach Blazekovic, the new pitcher. The sidewinder as well delivers a fastball in there for a strike. He's been a closer for 5 years here at St. Francis. Battled through injury in those middle years, but has remained healthy this season. Was one of the 22 seniors honored on Senior Day a few weeks ago. Count even now to Alex Wickett, the second baseman for Judson. Fouls that back, 1-2. Blaze's best pitch is his slider. When it's on, it is a frisbee. Blazekovic, his long coming set process, and now fires. Changeup low. Did not entice Wickett enough. Counts at 2-2. Tries the backdoor slider. That one misses. 3-2 now on Wickett. Wickett today, an RBI single in the first, a 2 RBI single in the third. Grounded out and reached on a fielder's choice since then. The payoff pitch from Blazekovic. Fouled away. We'll do the 3-2 again. Another payoff. Got him looking for strike 3. Inside fastball. 1 away in the inning.
Now batting the catcher, number 38, Carson Hubert.
So here's the catcher, Hubert. Singled in the first. Hit a sacrifice fly in the third. Then he singled in the fifth and struck out in the sixth. Watches a slider low here from the first pitch of this at-bat. The Fighting Saints will have Maliska, Murda, and Montgomery due up in the bottom of the eighth, or in the top of the ninth, rather. 1-0 pitch, pounded on the ground, first base side, foul. Blaze rocks the baby as part of his process, and now comes set, the 1-1. Slider misses outside. Fans wanted it. Wasn't particularly close, though. It was a ball outside. It's 2-1. It's now 7:25, so it's looking like the earliest start time is going to be an 8 p.m. one, and that might be asking a lot of St. Xavier, who has to re-warm up, as the 2-1 pitch is called a strike. But I tell you what, it might be worth it with the way this game has been played. What a magnificent baseball game we've been treated to here this afternoon. The 2-2 from Blaze. Misses outside on a slider. Another full count. Hubert trying to find his way on base. He'll be lifted for Nate Stempowski if he does, his courtesy runner. And Nate's got some speed on him as well. The 3-2 to Hubert. Got him looking on the outside corner. Back-to-back backwards Ks in full counts for Blazekovic. And that'll bring up Kevin Flores at the top of the order.
Now batting the center fielder, number 1, Kevin Flores.
This is one high-temperature baseball game from the fans and the players the coaches. What an intense atmosphere out there on the field as both of these teams try to extend their seasons. First pitch from Blaze misses to Flores. It's 1-0. St. Francis trying to avenge its 10-0 loss on Wednesday to Judson in the first game of the tournament. But Blaze behind 2-0 here to Kevin Flores. Blazekowicz fires a slider that's popped up. Fleming in a dead sprint for it in foul territory, slides but can't make the play. It's a foul ball and the count moves to 2-1. Flores today. Singled and scored in the first and singled and scored in the seventh. He's grounded out twice and flown out as well as a part of a 2-for-5 day. The 2-1. Cut on and missed. 2-2. Blazekowicz trying to retire this side in order for the first time today, I believe by either team. I don't think either team has sent three batters up to the plate in an inning. Blazekowicz can also strike out this side in order here if he executes a 2-2 to Flores. Misses up. Count runs full for the third consecutive batter. Blazekowicz gets the sign from Murda and comes set. The payoff. In the air, right field. First step back for Rosales. Now he works in a little bit, dancing with it, and makes the play, working towards the fair foul line and right. A 1-2-3 inning for Blazekowicz. The Fighting Saints trail by 1. We go to the 9th. An elimination game, seasons on the line. Here on the USF Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. An exciting finish is next. It's the top of the 9th, and the drama unfolding in front of us has been nothing short of cinematic. Owen Wayner, who's been a starter all season long, is on the mound here in relief. He got the Eagles out of a jam in the 8th. Saints trail by 1, 15-14. They've got the top of the order up here in the 9th. 3 outs to get 1 run. First pitch misses up and out. Nate Maliska to lead off, walked in the first and scored, hit a 2-run homer in the second, singled in the 4th, and he's lined out and flown out both to right field since then. Jake Murdo waits on deck, the catcher. 1-0 pitch, cut on and missed by Maliska, evens the count at 1. St. Xavier players starting to move around a little bit in anticipation of their game to follow this one. The 1-1 from Wayner, cut on and missed by Maliska. It's 1-2. Wayner trying to get the first out of the inning. It'd be a huge one. The 1-2, a breaking ball called. Strike 3 on the outer half. What a pitch from Owen Wayner. A backwards K for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Jake Murda.
Now batting the catcher, number 22, Jake Murda.
Murda today walked twice. Hit a 2 RBI single in the 6th and came around to score. He also walked and scored last inning as a part of that 4-run frame for the Fighting Saints. Need a base runner here. Fastball misses low. One 0 misses high. 2-0 to Murda. Murda had that interesting at-bat with Clausing in the 8th, in which 2 pitch clock violations were called on Clausing for violating the eye contact rule, as Murda swings through a 2-0 fastball. Two and one's the count. Murda the hitter. Breaking ball, great pitch there from Wayner on the corner, 2-2. Wayner checks this pitch comm device on his left wrist. Now gets into his windup, the 2-2 delivery. Breaking ball misses high, 3-2. Fighting Saints looking for base hit, ball 4. Here's the payoff. Misses inside, ball 4. Fighting Saints have a base runner. Now a decision to be made by Coach Mahalik. Does he lift Murda for a courtesy runner? He does not. Murda's going to run the bases for himself. And here's Max Montgomery with one away. Go ahead run at the plate for the Fighting Saints, but Monty's not one to leave the ballpark. But he can certainly find a gap. He's been known to do that throughout his career, and he's due. A rough day for him at the plate. Pair of strikeouts and a flyout. First pitch misses low. Reached on an error and scored in the 6th, then walked and scored in the 8th, so positive results the last 2 times up to bat for him. The 1-0. A breaking ball, called a strike, just got the corner. Lothan on deck. He's had a big day. The 1-1. Misses low, and a nice block by Hubert that prevents Murda from advancing. Counts 2-1. Little things like that start to really matter in big moments. Hubert with a huge block there to keep Murda out of scoring position. The 2-1. Fouled away by Montgomery, straight back. Count evens at 2. What a contest we've been treated to here in our 4 o'clock ball game. 1 in the first from St. Francis, then 4 in the bottom half. 2 more in the top of the inning from St. Francis, then 3 in the bottom of the 3rd from Judson. 1 in the top of the 4th from St. Francis. 3 more in the bottom of the 4th from Judson as the 2-2 pitch. On the ground to second base. To short for 1, to first for 2. In time, double play. And Judson holds on. What a ball game. Judson holds on to win it 15-14. 14 runs on 14 hits for the Fighting Saints, 15 runs on 18 hits for the Eagles.
Your final score.
The Eagles will stick around and play again tonight at 7. They'll take on the St. Xavier Cougars for the right to play in the championship game. What a contest. Acevedo, the hero today for Judson. A pair of home runs for him. Part of a 4-for-5 effort with 3 RBI. Fighting Saints were led today by a couple of players with 2 hits, among them Ethan Fleming, Albericio, Louthan, Montgomery, Murda, and Maliska. But the season comes to an end for the Fighting Saints here in the CCAC tournament. Judson lives to fight another day. Once again, your final score, Judson 15, St. Francis 14. We'll be back with the next ball game, the final game here of our evening here at the Slammer Stadium in Joliet in about 45 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Stick around on the YouTube page. New stream will be up soon. 15-14 your final. Judson advancing to the 7 p.m. contest against St. Xavier for a chance to play St. Ambrose in the championship ball game. We're back after this.